Hello again, Misfits. It's time for another 1-minute review, and today I'm going to keep it under a minute. No, really.
I don't believe you.
Fine, whatever. Anyways, this is Freelancers, a crosswords game that's actually a game that's very cool. It's a re-implement of a game that they put out already, though, called Forgotten Waters. They basically upgraded some things, changed some stuff, made it more streamlined. It's really not that entirely different. The storyline is entirely different, and that's very important here in this game. So this game is actually, the best way I can describe it is a choose your own adventure game, which is actually really cool. If you ever did those choose your own adventures, I'm getting a little old here, don't mind me. But back in the day, we had books where you would kind of go through and you would choose paths you would take as you read the story. It would lead you to different pages and different endings and different choices. This is kind of like that. And as actually, back in the day, they had ones where you would actually write your stats in. This is kind of like that in board game form. Now, for one, you have an app, though. So for those that are really, hating on apps, it does have an app. It is built into a website, though, so you don't actually need an app. But it does all the work. You need this app to play the game, which I'm perfectly fine with and I absolutely love. And it is fully voiced, and I'll give you a little snippet before, but it's absolutely awesome. Now, you basically want to say you're doing a choose your own adventure. It's really a lot like that. The mechanics are light. Your character is light. You have a character race you pick and basically like a class that you pick for them. You put the sheet together, and that is your character sheet. Now, this whole game is tongue-in-cheek entirely. Like, everything about it is tongue-in-cheek. It's all comedy. It's not overly serious. So if you're looking for like a serious D&D adventure where the stakes are high and you die, I mean, there's stakes in here, but most of it's done for comedy value. Even this is a spell sword. So what would you think when you see spell sword? What would you think, buddy?
A guy with a sword that can cast spells?
Right, you would think that. However, in the backstory, which I have on the back, there are two things in life I'm good at: fighting with swords and spelling words.
Ha!
And yet, despite these two valuable skills, I've been fired from countless adventuring parties for not meeting expectations, whatever that means.
Well, they expect you to cast spells.
Yes, exactly. So it's all done for comedy's sake, but it is adorable. It is absolutely adorable and absolutely hilarious. Me and Misfit Anthony played through 4 or 5 adventures of this, and as you go along, you make choices in the app what you're going to do. The first thing you do, though, is you start out on one of these boards. Now, there's multiple areas to go to, and the areas are represented by this board. And you go in here and you get one choice to do something. You look what your options are here. Sometimes you make rolls, which basically based on your stats, you'll have a base roll plus whatever extra dice. Usually your upgrade points will give you extra dice to roll in. And you're trying to meet a number. Obviously, the higher the number, the better result. There's usually like a middle result and then a fail. So you'll go here, choose what you want to do, read off the side, and this will lead you to other cues within the app, which will have more story stuff, which might give you things or lead you other places and stuff like that. Once you're done here, though, you go to a normal app. This will close up, and you will leave it available for your next place that you go to, and then you'll travel on this map. And this map also has a save side for your campaign, by the way, but this map will have different areas you go to. Now, there are multiple different adventures, multiple different maps, so fear not, if you do this one, you'll have other things you can do. But you go along here and you actually choose even which way you go. Like I said, choose your own adventure. For example, we went along this path here and we decided to go out our way to go here because we felt like it. We were just in the mood. And we go there and there was a frog knight who was helping a caravan. The caravan got ransacked by pirates. So we're trying to go kill a dragon to get his money. And basically we had the option to go help these people out who got robbed and help the frog knight, or to say take a hike and go on our way, because it does use time. And the time is very important in this game, and I'll get to that in a minute. So we decided to help the frog knight. We got him as an ally, saved the people, saved the money, got some cool stuff, and moved on. Now, as you go along, though, every time you travel, you pull stuff from this bag. And this bag will have different icons on here. Now, sometimes you'll get this particular frog knight, for example. You might get your companion, so you'll have like a little interaction with them in the app. So sometimes you'll get these they're danger or hazard tokens, risk tokens. Problem with those is as you pull from the bag, you're always risking pulling risk tokens. And then there's a track here. Normally it's covered up here. I was just being lazy today, but normally it's covered up. As you go along and as these token fills up, when you fill up a row of these tokens, it moves this timer. And basically you take the token here and it flips over and goes in the bag. So it adds more danger to the bag, speeding things up, because what happens is if you go through this entire timer here, the game is over and you lose. So time is a factor. It basically makes it so that, yeah, you could jerk around and go other places, but you're going to pay for it. And if you're not careful, you'll lose the game entirely. So it kind of gives you a presence of, I can't literally just do everything I want. Kind of like how you cheated back in your choose your own adventure days. Remember that? You're like, I'm just going to read through it and see where the heck the good ending is. It prevents you from kind of doing that. You have a board to keep track of your enemy's health, because you will fight enemies, which it's not anything really hypercritical. You roll dice in, you'll get a result. Even when you fight them, you'll have different options to take if you want to sneak up on them or just fight them or maybe try a trick or whatever. And sometimes it's based on your class. A lot of times it isn't. It's just kind of like whatever you feel like. You also have a influencer or influence bar. Normally you'd have your characters up here, and that's important because sometimes you'll have choices for the person who has the highest influence, or sometimes the person with the highest influence might get a benefit. So you kind of jockey for position to maybe get some more things, because even though it's cooperative, you still want to get points to basically level up your character, because you do kind of have a win, I guess, at the end, sort of, kind of, whoever gets the most points kind of thing. But I don't know if you really care about that in the end. Really, you're just having fun with the story. So, I mean, at the end, we'll see who has the most points and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter. And of course, you also have wounds if somebody gets knocked out entirely. You have like 3 wounds. Once you get this whole thing filled up, you're in danger of losing the game as well, because somebody gets knocked out of the game. So, and that's kind of the whole game. It's a lot of fun. You do get other things as you go along, and I won't go into too much crazy details here, but you do get other items and things as you go along, upgrades. You get trinkets as you go along. You get followers, like I said before. You have weapons. You have armor that you get, and you just have buddies. So, I mean, there's a lot of little upgrade stuff, but outside of that, it's not too intense. You're going to have a good time, though, with the story. You're going to have a great time with the story. And it's just a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and it keeps you engaged. We started playing, we're allowed to do one adventure, maybe got to get our feet wet, and we ended up playing 3 or 4 more, I think, because we're having so much fun and laughing at all of the comedy in it. I'm going to play a little snippet here for you, just kind of hear the voice narration.
There's all sorts of culture to explore, like mole yodeling, interpretive yogurting, and even the occasional mutant burning.
Just to give you an idea of where your comedy is at.
That sounds funny.
It is very funny. There's a lot of fun, and the voice acting is very, very well done. So guys, I'm going to give this game a solid 4. It is definitely a fun, choose-your-own-adventure game. It is light in mechanics, though, so if you're looking for like a heavy, D&D experience, you're not going to get it here. Don't go and jumping in here. I'm going to have a serious character and min-max or whatever. You're not going to get it. You're playing this to have fun, to listen to a story, to make choices during the story so you have some effect, because there are different endings entirely for this game, and just have a blast playing a light-hearted RPG, I should say, game with them. Solid 4 to 5, guys. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend getting this, especially even if you want to play with younger kids or anything like that, and you want them to play RP, kind of have a light RP experience. This is perfect for them. It's kind of a hit all the way around. The only people I could say that con-wise, like if you're looking for a deeper RP experience, if you're looking for a deeper game, you're not going to get either of those in this game. That's not what this game is about, and it's kind of clear cut where they're kind of beyond the fence in that one. So if you're looking for that kind of serious commitment, you're not looking for it here. Either way, though, this game's a winner. I love it. Just get in there and just have a ball. Get this game. You won't be disappointed, guys. A winner by Plaid Hat Games. As always, guys, don't forget to, what was it? Do your yodeling, yogurt. What was it? Mole yodeling. Interpretive. Don't forget to interpret yogurting. Do your interpretive yogurting. And until then, of course, as always, game on, guys.